What's good, Wizards fans? Hey, I'm hyped. I'm so excited for basketball season, man. I cannot wait, bro. I can't wait. Wednesday is our first game against the Dallas Mavericks, so we get to play against Luka Doncic and the Mavs, Porzingis. That's gonna be lit. I might try to go live for that game. I'm trying to go live for that for at least the second half of that game. But this video, of course, you know what the title is. Washington Wizards season preview analysis and record predictions. So you get it all in one, man. I'm so hyped for basketball season. I can't wait. Hit him with the hezzy. Hit him with the hezzy. I'm ready to go. I'm ready. John Wall, Bradley Beal. Oh yeah, extension. Let's get this money. Oh yeah, Panda, big Panda. Let's go. I'm hyped. To be honest with you, I don't think we're gonna have a great year. I think we should be looking ahead into the future. Kind of like my Washington Redskins, I think we need more draft capital. I think we should get at least another lottery pick for the Washington Wizards. As my Redskins are going to have a top 5 pick, that's what it's looking like. Might even be a top 2 pick for the Washington Redskins. But my Washington Wizards, we actually might sneak up on some people. So if we really try to go out there and win a lot of games, which I just don't think we have the roster to really do it. Watching the preseason, if you watch the preseason, they play hard. These guys can really space the floor with the addition of Davis Bertans, the Latvian laser. The addition of Mo Wagner, who didn't play very well in the Summer League, but played very, very well in the preseason. He really spaced. If you saw that Knicks game, we dominated the Knicks, and the Knicks did play their starters. Julius Randle played, R.J. Barrett played, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson. All the Knicks starters played in that game. We blew the Knicks out. I think we beat the Bucks handily as well. I think Giannis didn't play, but we basically handled the Bucks. And like I said, it's preseason. I'm going to pump the brakes. I'm going to pump the brakes on Jordan McRae to score off the bench if he can stay healthy. We do have some injuries with Troy Brown Jr. He's injured. Of course, John Wall is out for the year. C.J. Miles has an injury as well. I think it's a knee injury or something like that, the foot injury. I can't remember what injury he has, but I don't think he's going to be available for about a month. Jan Mahimi's injured. I think that's a good thing. I really want to trade Jan Mahimi, but nobody's going to want Jan Mahimi. So when he does get off the books, that's going to be awesome for the Wizards. So this summer of 2020 is a big summer for the Washington Wizards because John Wall should be still rehabbing and getting ready for the 2021 season. Also, we get rid of Jan Mahimi off the books. We have another draft pick in the lottery, which a lot of people are saying we might have a pick high enough to draft Cole Anthony out of North Carolina. Or even if it's a later pick, a top 10 pick, go and look up R.J. Hampton. Look up R.J. That man can fly. I believe I can fly. That man can fly. He can jump out of the freaking gym. Goodness gracious, that man can jump out of the gym. I love R.J. Hampton. I love watching him play his highlights. And I don't want to get too hyped off of highlights, but I think he would be perfect for the Washington Wizards. I think we just don't have a small forward, and in the years past, I'm going on a tangent, but in years past, we drafted Kelly Oubre, Otto Porter, kind of guys who are, I don't want to say finesse guys, but they're those skinny, scrawny, kind of small forwards. And R.J. Hampton is skinny and scrawny, but he knows how to use his body. He knows how to create contact. He can just adjust in midair. The guy is freaky athletic, and he looks like he has an NBA game already just by watching him. And I know it's high school highlights, but the guy looks like he's NBA ready. He looks like he could come into the league and average 10 points a game right now if he started playing. And the same thing with Troy Brown. That's another small forward who's kind of a slow, finesse kind of game. And Troy Brown at best is going to be Evan Turner. And not saying I don't like Troy Brown Jr., but I think at best he's going to be Evan Turner 2.0. And that's at best, you know. He just needs more playing time. Scott Brooks doesn't like to play his rookies. Didn't play Kelly Oubre until his second or third year, really. And I think he studied Kelly Oubre's growth. And I'm not really sold on Scott Brooks as a coach either. So I'm just not a big fan of that. Now, we did add Isaiah Thomas, the 5'9" or 5'10" point guard, who hasn't played well the past 2 years. He hasn't been healthy. Went to the Cavaliers, didn't play well. Was traded for Kyrie Irving, didn't really play well with the Cavaliers, didn't work out. Then he was traded to the Lakers, scored a couple times, had a couple good games. Then after that, they didn't re-sign him, and he signed with the Nuggets. and he didn't really play until midseason. They didn't really need him because they already had Jamal Murray and Gary Harris and Monte Morris and some other role players that really played well with the Nuggets. And Isaiah Thomas just wasn't getting it done. Now, he did have the hip injury, and ever since then, he just has not been the same since the surgery. And it's unfortunate because he really was due for a big contract. He had an MVP-type season, obviously when he scored 59 points against the Washington Wizards in the playoffs. We know the history with him with the Celtics. So Isaiah Thomas, I'm hoping he can come back to his original form. I don't think he'll ever be like that again. But pairing him with Bradley Beal should help him to be able to score, because Bradley Beal's a scoring guard. Isaiah Thomas should be able to, get some attention, because Bradley Beal's going to be double teamed. He might even be triple teamed. They might even do a 1-on-1 on Bradley Beal this year. They really might have to. But the thing is, we have shooters. Bertrand's is a laser. Mo Wagner can shoot it out the gym like a freaking. He can really shoot the ball. And Thomas Bryant, I love Tom. I'm so happy we re-signed Thomas Bryant for that 2-year, $8 million extension. There were some guys that we did let go that I was not happy about. We let Jabari Parker walk. We let Jeff Green walk. So I guess we let the veterans go and made that trade for Mo Wagner for the Lakers. We added Jamario Jones, who will probably be on the G League team, on the Go-Go. And a lot of people have asked about Justin Anderson. He is on the G League team, the Capital City Go-Go. Shout out to Chuck Brown, rest in peace, the creator of Go-Go. If you don't know who Go-Go is, it's a DC thing, it's DC music. That's why they are called the Capital City Go-Go. The Backyard Band, Junkyard Band, all them guys. Shout out to all them guys, them bands. You know what it is if you're from the DMV. Those guys are on the G League team. We did sign we traded for Isaac Bonga, the 6'9" point guard. I don't know if he's going to get a lot of playing time as well. I'm trying to think. And, of course, we drafted Rui Hachimura. I did want to talk about Rui a lot. I wanted to talk about that situation a lot in this video because he is our first-round pick. I think he was the 9th pick of the draft. There were some other guys that were available that I thought we could have taken. A lot of people were like, "Oh, we should have taken Cam Reddish," and I was a part of that group that thought we should have taken Cam Reddish. But now, after watching the summer league and just thinking about it, and just thinking of tape and film, and just the motor and just the culture. Shout out to Tommy Shepard, our GM. It's about culture, and I hate to bring up the Washington Redskins again, but Tommy's trying to create a different culture here in DC. The culture with Rui is just a hard-working, hard-nosed, tough guy. Who puts his head down and just works hard. Now, you look at Cam Reddish, who has all the talent in the world, and you question his work ethic. You question his work ethic. You question his motor. Does he really want to be here? Does he really want to play basketball? When you're asking questions like that, that's a red flag. That's more than a red flag. That's bad. That's really darn bad. When Coach K is questioning your heart in a game against, was it Michigan State or Virginia Tech in the Sweet 16, where Cam Reddish was dunking in warm-ups, and then the next thing you know, he's a game-time decision and didn't even play in that game. And when he's so inconsistent and his shooting percentages are awful, his turnover to assist ratio is awful. It's just so many things, so many red flags with Cam Reddish. And it's going to be interesting to see Rui and Cam for years to come. Rui played well in the preseason. I think he had 14 points against the Knicks. He's playing really well. Had a good summer league as well. I thought he was nervous in the first few games in the preseason, and then after that he found his role, and he has a couple of nice dunks, and he had a couple of nice blocks, and he actually can put the ball on the floor and dribble it a little bit. A lot of people compare him to Kawhi Leonard. I can kind of see that now just a little bit. I think it was just a little far-fetched, but now looking at the way that they play, that kind of stiff kind of movement where, Kawhi just moves kind of really stiffly. Every move he makes is kind of like a robot. He just plays like a robot, acts like a robot. His facial features are like a robot with Kawhi. I can kind of see that in Rui's game as well, where Rui does put the ball on the floor and he dribbles it, but he just looks stiff. But at the same time, he's creating separation and making moves and getting separation where he can get a shot off. So I do like that about Rui Hachimura. He has a lot of energy, can rebound the ball, plays pretty decent defense, blocks shots, is pretty athletic. So I do see where Tommy was going, where he just didn't want to go with that route again, getting another small forward, kind of like an Otto Porter. We've kind of gone down that route so many times in the draft. It's like, how many times are you going to draft that same particular position in the draft with Cam Reddish, Otto Porter, Kelly Oubre, Troy Brown Jr.? It's just so many times we've gone that route. John Wall, like I said, he's not going to be playing this year. He doesn't need to play. Bradley Beal's got to stay healthy. Like I said, I love Thomas Bryant. I love Thomas Bryant. I really do. We have Justin Robinson, the rookie point guard out of Virginia Tech. We did sign him as an undrafted free agent. I like him a lot. He's probably going to be on the go-go as well. I'm trying to think who else is on the team. Ishmael Smith is going to be a good guard for us. I think he's going to be a good back. He might even start, and Isaiah will be coming off the bench as our sixth man for us. So we'll see about that one. Looking at us against the field in the East, Jay Williams said this on ESPN Get Up with Jalen Rose and Mike Greenberg. He said the East is wide open. I honestly think that too. I think the Sixers are going to win the East. Giannis, he just has to get a jump shot. Until Giannis figures out how to shoot the basketball past a dunk or a layup, just like a little turnaround jumper, I don't think the Bucks will ever win the Eastern Conference or win the national championship or NBA, whatever. He's not going to win any. He's not going to get past the Eastern Conference championship. I just don't see it happening. The Celtics are okay, but they're just not good enough. I like Kemba Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but I just don't see them beating the Sixers. I just don't see it. The Sixers have Al Horford and Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. If the Sixers don't win this year, then they might have to blow it up. They might have to trade Ben Simmons or something like that. And if they don't win with Jason Richardson, then and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and all them guys, they might have to trade Ben Simmons, and that's a realistic. They really might have to. The Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie, we'll see how that happens. Kyrie's not a leader at all, so I don't see them winning the Eastern Conference Finals at all. I see them probably losing in the second round. The Pistons with Blake and Andre Drummond, that ain't it. They probably will make the playoffs, but any implications of getting past the first round, it's just not going to happen with those two guys. It's just clogging up the paint. It's not going to happen. Blake is injury prone. He always finds a way to get injured, like towards the end of the year, around playoff time. Him and Chris Paul, they always get injured around the same time. The Toronto Raptors did get worse with losing Kawhi, obviously. They did sign Kyle Lowry to an extension. That was just being nice because he's been there for so many years. Pascal is really good, but I just don't see the Raptors getting past the first or second, really past the second round if they make the playoffs. They might not even make the playoffs. The Orlando Magic are pretty good. I like them. I don't think they're going to pass the first or second round either because of they're a pretty good team. They're just not there. Terrence Ross, Vucevic, Augustine, Mo Bamba didn't have a really good rookie year. Jonathan Isaac is decent, but they're just not there yet. They're missing a lot of pieces. The Knicks are terrible. The Knicks are going to be bad. They're going to be better than what they were, but they're just not going to be good. I mean, all those small power forwards with Julius Randle, Taj Gibson, it's just too many. Marcus Morris, I think, is on the team too. Oh, Marcus Morris! I want to fight him so bad. He freaking hit my man Justin Anderson in the head with the ball, man. Dog. Bruh. You don't want to see us on these streets, Marcus Morris. You're a fake tough guy. You're a fake tough guy. For you going to hit my man Justin Anderson in the head like that? Come on, bruh. Come on, dog. Knicks, Cavaliers are still rebuilding with Sexton, so I just don't see them getting anywhere. The Hornets with Terry Rozier, I think the Hornets have a worse roster than we do. They might get the first pick of the draft if they can win the lottery. The Hawks are getting better with Kevin Huerter, my man Kevin Huerter out of Maryland, Bruno Fernando, Trae Young, of course. They got some good. John Collins can jump out the gym. They got some good players. They have a good future, just not this year. I don't see them doing anything. The Bulls, they got Satoransky. And they have Zach LaVine, who's really darn good. Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter. They're just not there yet for the playoffs. So the teams I have making the playoffs are the Bucks, the Bucks, Sixers, Pacers, Nets, and Celtics. So that's 5 teams right there. Nets, Pistons might make it. Magic might make it. So that's 7, and then the Raptors maybe. So we'll see. The Wizards really could fool around and make it. Our final prediction for the record is probably going to be 33-49. 33-49. Now the Wizards really could surprise us and make it, but I got us being 33-49. Either like 32-50 or 33-49. Our roster is very thin, and injuries do happen. I hope we can stay healthy. But if an injury happens to, like, say Brad or something, knock on wood, or even to freaking Rui or Thomas Bryant, like, we're done. We are done. Our roster, our bench is not deep at all. We just don't have it. And Admiral Schofield, I almost forgot to say Admiral Schofield. I love Admiral Schofield. I like the guys that we have. I really do. I want to keep a lot of the guys for our future, but to make a playoff push, and the East is not good. That's the only reason why we do have a chance of making the playoffs It's because the West is just significantly. The West is up here, and the East is all the way down here. That's just the significant drop off. You have teams like the Rockets, the Clippers, the Lakers, even the Warriors without Klay Thompson. They're just eons better than the teams in the East. They're just better. Like I said, the Jazz. My gosh, if the Jazz were in the East, the Jazz would probably win the East. The Nuggets would probably win the East if the Nuggets were in the East. That's just how bad. And LeBron's out of the East, so that bodes well for the Wizards. The Wizards should really take advantage of this opportunity to make the playoffs. But at the same time, we do need this draft pick. I think we should go all in next year, not this year. Next year is the year that we should go all in for winning. And I'm not saying we should necessarily tank, but at the same time, we can get somebody like Cole Anthony, a point guard. A lot of people want him, but I'm not kind of sold on him just yet. Now, he's really, really good. At the same time, we have John Wall. Why are we drafting another point guard? That just doesn't make sense to me. But I guess if people think we should trade John, then, of course, we should draft Cole Anthony, who is going to be really, really good in this league, I think, as well. But I really like R.J. Hampton. That's who I think we should draft. Regardless, I think we should draft R.J. Now, if we do get like the second pick of the draft, R.J. Hampton's a little too high of a draft pick. There is a guy, I think his name is Anthony Edwards, that he might be the first pick. There's another guy named James Wiseman. He's a big man. We need a big man. We have nobody really over 7. We don't have a shot blocker. We don't have somebody who can clog and stop the paint like a Rudy Gobert. We don't have a rim protector like a Clint Capella. We don't have anybody that can really protect the rim. And I love Thomas Bryant, but he's not really a rim protector per se. But we can really space this floor. If Scott Brooks can just have us play 5 out and maybe have TB just run rim. TB is Thomas Bryant. Have Thomas Bryant just run rim up and down. And Thomas Bryant can score in the post too. He can shoot threes. I love Thomas Bryant. Then, hey, we can really sneak up on some people. We can really – this roster might be just as good as Orlando Magic's roster. And they just made the playoffs. Or even the Pistons roster, to be honest with you. It's really not – in my opinion, it's really not that much of a difference. The Raptors, like I said, the Raptors got worse. They lost Kawhi. So let's see what happens, man. It's going to be an interesting season. I can't wait. Of course, everybody's thinking about the West with the Lakers, Clippers, Rockets, and Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Of course, that's obviously 10 times more interesting than what's going on in the Eastern Conference. So let me know what you guys think, man. I'm hyped for the Wizards. I cannot wait. This is going to be a lit season, man. I can't wait. All right, y'all. Hail to them Skins. Hail to the Wizards. All right, y'all. Peace. DC rising. Hail to the Mystics. Hail to the Nats. All right, y'all. Peace.